Hello, YouTube. I want to talk about how the recent bread commercial from Oprah Winfrey and Weight Watchers shows everything wrong with how we try to lose weight in this country and the world. I saw this video, I think 9 months to a year ago, and I had a very strong emotional reaction to it. I will link to it below. I'm not real good about the fair use rules, so I don't know if I can put it here. Just go watch it yourself. But it is a Weight Watchers commercial in which Oprah Winfrey kind of loses it. She's happy, but also seems really addicted to bread. It got made fun of a lot. I'm not here to do that. I actually responded with an immense amount of pity for her. Yes, one of the richest people around, but honestly, pity for Oprah and a concern that this showed exactly what we do so wrong. So in the video, she says she's now, successfully losing weight on a Weight Watchers plan and that she can eat bread every day. And at one point she goes, "I love bread." And I don't think I overdid that. I probably did it kind of stupid compared to, her good take. But it was really emphatic and a lot for the cameras, I'm sure. But boy, did it bother me. And let me explain why. And let me first say, Weight Watchers has been around for decades, and you haven't seen a lot of improvement in people overall losing weight, so I'm not sure that they have anything that's a great answer. The work they do is good and positive, I want to be clear about that. But I think, obviously, not some miraculous, life-changing thing, really. It's been around forever. And they're always changing, too, so maybe it's unfair to say that. But here's why this disturbs me greatly. What I see there is a completely dependent, disempowered, and powerless woman, which I hate to see, as well as an addict and someone who doesn't even believe in herself enough to succeed without a plan or some sort of program on which she can rely. She proclaimed with this gigantic smile that she eats bread every day. I don't know if I eat bread every day. I couldn't give a good accounting of how frequently I eat bread. Why does she know that? And why is it worth screaming about? I've seen for pretty much my entire life, if not literally, it seems like she's been on TV going up and down in weight. I'm not going to make fun of her here. That's the struggle I've been through. But when I say pity, I mean it, because you'd think being as rich as her, that her life probably isn't that difficult, although of course she's probably more tempted by surf and turf since she doesn't have to care about the price tag. But I think most of us say, if I could afford a personal trainer and if I didn't have to work my grueling job, then I'd lose weight. It'd be so easy. Well, obviously not. She's struggled forever. But here she is. She arrives so addicted to bread that she has to have it every day. So dependent on having a plan that she's constantly searching. She's been on so many I can't even count. She's on and off different ones, gaining and losing weight, and just always looking for something. Fix me, somebody fix me. Oprah, that's the problem. No one should need to fix you. I want to contrast that with the way I've learned to control my weight, which doesn't rely on anything but myself. I can be thrust into the worst situations with the worst food available on a daily basis. I don't need to have any certain thing every day. The reason I succeed is because I've changed internally. I have greater willpower, better emotional states, and a variety of things that make it actually quite easy. And she'll never know what I have, which is to have that abundance with control. I don't need a plan. I don't have a plan right now. None. I don't eat too much, and I exercise enough. And of course, that's not easy to do. Let me be completely clear about that. But really, controlling your weight is a psychological challenge. And I say challenge, not problem. It's similar to giving up sex for life or these things that require tremendous self-control. So it's not like if I see you failing or being too heavy that I think there's something wrong with you psychologically. No, you're just normal. Just normal. If you've controlled it, then you've really done something great. Let me explain what happens with people like Oprah. first of all, she has those successes at times and wants to repeat them. So she's been conditioned to think that what you do is find a plan, follow the plan, and sometimes they work. And when they do, you get really excited. So then when she falls into bad habits again and gains weight, she then looks for, oh, I need to do that again. I need to repeat that. I need a new plan that works. Okay. And then another thing happens. You're denied things on certain plans. When they're plans rather than internal psychological change, they have rules. Rules are bad. Strict rules are bad. I have general rules. Don't eat crazy amounts of sugar. Okay. But when it's like you can't have bread, I happen to know this already, but if I didn't, I could predict from her current behavior that she did a lot of low-carb dieting. Why? Because she's obsessed with bread. We all like bread, I think, unless you're allergic to it or you're really weird. But the problem is it gets put on a gigantic pedestal when you are denied it. When you deny yourself for weeks, months, or years bread, instead of having it in moderation, it becomes to you this holy, amazing, untouchable substance. And this can be near permanent if you don't do something about it. And I think that's what we see in Oprah. She's addicted to bread, right? I mean, I don't want to diagnose, but why is she so excited about bread? Why does she know she has it every day? I don't know. I bet I have chocolate almost every day, and that's pretty cool. But I would admit to having been addicted to it, and I suppose like all addictions, you're never unaddicted, you're just controlling it. But gosh, it's just sad. When I see someone like that, you know, only by the grace of her new plan could she be successful. It's so disempowering and sad. When I see someone like that, I really want to give them help and the strength mentally to realize that the best of all situations is to have available to you every single food, and no rules and no need to have anything every day or anything ruling you like that, but just to move forward. I want to give them the sort of strength that supersedes the need for a plan, that makes a plan irrelevant. But the real question is, if I somehow knew her or she would give me a call, would she even listen? I want to do another video on that later, but that becomes the ultimate thing. I have sat down with people and had them basically refuse to accept good help. And I know it sounds a little full of myself to say that my help is good, but I can say factually that they really resisted being helped. And that can happen for a variety of reasons, which I'll cover in another video, but largely comes down to that we resist change, and that to accept a real new way of thinking would be to say that our old way of thinking was wrong for so long, and by extension, we too were wrong, and we must be stupid or silly. And so there's sort of an ego issue blocking us from change in that way from time to time. What I see in this Oprah video is just so typical of most people. And what I see is that through the process of trying different diet plans and things, she's been seeking an external solution and trying them all on for size. Sort of like if say someone was, trying to find better success in dating, and the only way they ever addressed that was by buying nicer outfits and never looked internally to their behavior or their emotional states, or their ability to act good around other people. And you would find that not only have they had successes and failures, but that in the end, they, as a person, never grew at all. They stagnated. And it's really sad. So if you agree or disagree, please comment accordingly or ask questions. But I made my first video on weight loss, if you see it there, where I sort of lay out the case that I think we need to redefine weight loss and healthy eating and exercising and all these things as psychological tasks, and free people from the idea that they're looking for a solution, a program, a piece of equipment, or any of that. It's never been about that. You don't need a single piece of equipment. You can exercise naked. You don't need anything, not even a pair of shoes, to burn calories. You don't need a set of rules to eat less or to eat right. You just need knowledge and self-control. and emotional states that allow that self-control to not be tied up in other activities. Such a long discussion, but please subscribe if you like where I'm going with this, and I will talk to you next time, where I will see psychology somewhere else.